Hello internet friends, how's it going? I'm Laura, aka Shop Von V. I sell vintage and modern clothing on platforms such as Poshmark, Etsy, and eBay. I hope you guys enjoyed that little intro video that I shot at the Los Angeles Goodwill outlets. It's a pretty awesome spot. I actually had to laugh about that video a little bit though, because I intended for that video to come off as like maybe just trying to make it look like it's pretty easy, like it's a pretty comfortable place to be. It took me a really long time to get used to the bins, but once you reach that point, it just becomes this like, I don't know, in a really weird, gross way, like a home away from home kind of thing. I absolutely love it there. I have a lot of friends there. And it's just, yeah, it's a fun place to be. However, that day was pretty hilarious. Well, it's not really hilarious when you stop and think about it. A fight broke out, and it was like shortly after I stopped filming, and everybody kind of stopped what they were doing. And yeah, it was pretty hectic and crazy for a quick minute. So I'm kind of glad I didn't film it, just because like, one, that puts you into a territory where you're like, whoa, am I a true YouTuber now and I'll just film anything? And two, I just felt like that probably would have been something that would deter a lot of people from going. That's the first time in the like, I think 3+ years that I've been going to the bins that I saw a fight happen. So it doesn't happen every day. It just so happens to be the day that I was like, I'm gonna film a YouTube video and make this look super easy. So yeah. However, it was a pretty successful day at the bins, and I'm super pumped for a lot of the stuff that I found, and I thought I would share it with you guys. Again, just a quick recap, I sell vintage and modern clothing. So vintage is my personal favorite. It's what got me started in reselling, so it is my major passion. So I always like to share the vintage finds with you guys first. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into this. First off, I mean, okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I can categorize this as vintage. However, I was still really excited about this find, and I am gonna mix it in with the vintage clothing and photograph it the same way that I do, just because I want to do this justice. But these are bright orange camo pants. They kind of remind me, and I'm gonna mess up the name on this one, but it reminds me of I Am Gaia, the GIA, But yeah, that it's a really trendy brand, pretty popular out here in Los Angeles, and I just feel like this kind of fits into that style, that streetwear vibe to it. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about those. I am trying to pick up a lot more trouser pants lately, just because we are going into the season where I really start to see trouser pants pick up for me. I don't know what it is. It's like wintertime is always focused on coats and sweaters, and then pretty much any other time that's not summertime, I focus on trouser pants. So these are like a plum purple color trouser pants, high-waisted. It's got the pleated waist, and it also has the darts where the belt loops are, which really just gives it that super 80s vibe. So I am pretty stoked about these. Typically on trouser pants, I'm looking around that like $50 to $60 price point, unless they are like a super rare type of trouser pants. And then next up, I picked up this Evan Pecan, very springtime vibes on this. I definitely need to run it through a steam and a soak just to, you know, give the pleats some life again. But as soon as I'm done taking care of this beauty, it will be available in the shop. Yeah, I love pleats like this. Very beautiful, preppy, kind of modest style vibe to it. Next up, overalls. I love me some vintage overalls. I never say no to these. These kind of have a cut off at the pant leg, which I think was done by its previous owner. So little homemade distressing there. But yeah, just some basic overalls. Okay, this one hands down is my personal favorite find of this trip. There's always one of them. I don't know, I just dropped it on the ground. So this beauty, I have found this brand only a couple times, but it is a good one. It's the brand Ungaro. I typically find 80s Ungaro is the style that I always find, but this is a little wrap blouse with the puff balloon sleeves. Oh man, it's so beautiful. I absolutely love this one. And so far, like, I need to like fine comb look over it, but I couldn't find any damage on it, which is so insanely rare. But this is just, oh man, it's just so beautiful. I can't get over the sleeve detail. The only thing I could find wrong with it was I need to replace the little button on it. This is like, it just doesn't snap closed anymore, but that's like the easiest repair in the world. I ordered these little buttons on Amazon like years ago. And I have to like constantly replace some of the buttons on vintage pieces, but that same box that I bought years ago has lasted me forever. So that's always if you're into vintage, that's always a good investment to have, is those just the little snap button pieces. And then it also came with the little, I think it's called like a hook and eye, or the little hook thing that, you know, the little loop, you know what I mean, hopefully. If you don't, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm stoked on that one. So next up, this piece I actually shared on my Instagram stories as well, just because I really liked the tag on it. It says, "Here's a hug." That's it. That's the tag. Just "Here's a hug." And I was like, that's sweet. I don't know if I got this sweater just for the tag or if I got it because I really liked it. But it is a super cute varsity V-neck sweater. Yeah, I dig it. I always love styles like this. Very preppy. Tuck it into, you know, do like the little French tuck in a pair of high-waisted jeans. Got yourself a good look. Okay, next up, it's called A Line by Anne Klein. Anne Klein, I absolutely love picking up. Anne Klein and Ann Taylor, I actually feel the same way about their vintage trouser pants. The 90s, 80s, the structure that they had on the trouser pants were so fantastic. I absolutely love the cut that they always had. So anytime I find trouser pants with like a strong pleating in the front, I always grab those. It's just a very like nice, well put together look. But at the same time, you could wear like a band t-shirt and high-waisted trouser pants and it's gonna look fantastic. You're just gonna look put together no matter what. So next up, this one I took a little bit of a risk on. I don't know how well it'll do, but I really liked the print on it. A friend of mine gave this to me at the bins. It's got like little elephants all over the skirt and I just thought it was super cute. Very 1970s polyester top. yeah, it's got the little metal zipper down the back. So I don't typically pick up the polyester style dresses like this, but there was just something about that skirt print that I was like, somebody's gonna want this. That's gonna get very easily rehomed, and I'm excited to help out with that. So next up, I found, this must have been all donated together just because I can tell like whoever this person was, they just had a fantastic sense of style. This is I am gonna guess probably a 1970s embroidered belt, and it has just the cutest little detail. I think it's like a wolf or a lion on the belt loop. But yeah, this is just such a stunning piece. I couldn't get over it. And the nice thing about this is it actually doesn't have the holes, so it's gonna fit a variety of sizes, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I really liked this one. The embroidery, the stitching on it, everything is just absolutely gorgeous. 1970s for the win. Okay, this next piece, I almost skipped on it, but then I was like, no. I need to get in the habit of being better at repairs, especially if I'm gonna start to like really get back into vintage. I'm gonna challenge myself this year when I know I come across something good and I wanna pass on it because I don't wanna do the repairs on it. I'm gonna do the repairs on it. This one, however, though, I'm probably gonna outsource for the repairs. I'm probably gonna take this to a local tailor and see what they can do. So this is a pantsuit set with like the most amazing metallic knit to it. It's a green with a matching jacket top. It's got the sash attached to it and everything, which was really what like drew me in on this. Everything is still perfectly intact. The only thing that is wrong with this is the elastic has lost its life. And you'll find this a lot in vintage items. The elastic has just completely gone and it's super stretched out. Normally I pass on it because I'm terrible at replacing elastic. This one, in some elastic pieces, so I learned this actually from a couple of my friends at the bins. So typically with elastic, you can cut it out and it just pulls right out and you're fine. And then all you gotta do is just loop through the elastic, like a new band of elastic, and then just sew it right back up. This one, however, though, the elastic was stitched together inside the seam. So I'm just gonna take this to a, like a local dry cleaner and just see what they can do. Hopefully I can still salvage it just because, yeah, it's fantastic. Apparently I could do the elastic myself. However, according to some of my friends at the bins, they were like, girl, it's like 10 bucks. Just take it somewhere. They'll do it for you real quick and you'll save yourself the hassle of it. So I'm gonna give it a try just because this beauty deserves to see another day. Like I can't get over the jacket. It's got like little rhinestones for the buttons. It's just so 1970s chic. I love it. Okay, next up is just a very classic preppy blazer. I really liked this one just because it kind of gave me Chanel vibes. So I went ahead and grabbed this. But yeah, I like the detail on it. The brand is just Crystal. It's definitely not Chanel. But still giving me those vibes. It's that cropped little finish. This with some high-waisted jeans. It's a good look. Okay, next up is another accessory. I'm not really a big accessory person. However, there was something about this trip that I was like, okay, digging the accessories. But yeah, this is just a little woven purse that I dig. It's got the little handles on it. Did take out the inside bag just to kind of salvage it, but yeah, I dig it. And then last couple pieces. This is the brand is, I believe it's Casual Corner. Yeah, Casual Corner, which I find a lot of this where I source at. But just a cute little like micro pleat. I like the minimalist vibe on it. I always love stuff like this because it gives it like a very just like well-structured neckline. So I always dig this look. Okay, and last piece. So this is a very unassuming vintage find that I was excited about. This is a floral velvet, it's not quite mini, not quite midi, it's like that in-between length. But this is by Gianni Versace. So I was pretty excited about this one. This is one of those brands that like, just because you found Versace doesn't mean you're gonna make, you know, thousands of dollars off of it. However, this might still sell for a pretty decent amount. Typically, unless the logo is like in your face and it's very well branded, you aren't gonna sell it for too much, but it's still a style that's super cute and desirable. So that was it for the vintage. I'm gonna try my best not to spend too much time chatting about everything, just because I already did the video in the beginning and I don't want to make you guys sit through like an hour-long presentation. So we're just gonna move right along to the modern day pieces. Okay, so to start out with, this one was a little bit of a risk. There's actually only a couple listings available on this one. However, a group of us were finding a bunch of these shirts, and the brand seems like it's local, which is probably why we were finding them. But it is BRSTOL Studio something. I would say it like Bristol Studio. I don't know. But yeah, they're just basic men's pullover shirts. Obviously the tag's not meant to stick out like that. But yeah, the retail value on it, I mean, these are supposed to go over $100, so we'll see what the resale value is of it. Okay, next up is a Gypsy 05. This is just a basic hoodie. I actually have to do a little more research on this and see. I hate it when I do this to myself, but I don't know if this is a men's or a woman's. Gypsy 05 does both, so I need to see if I can locate some stock photos and find out, is this a men's hoodie or a woman's hoodie? Either way though, super comfy, has that like stone wash finish to it. Yeah, I dig it. Okay, so these next two items I was very excited about because I haven't found this brand in a minute, and I love selling this brand. I think everybody loves selling this brand. But it is Peruvian Connection, and I found two maxi midi skirts that are beautiful. This one's like a floral paisley finish, those elastic bands. And then I think this one's my favorite out of the two, just because the color tone on it and everything is just so beautiful. And it has that lurex stitching. You know how much I love lurex. I'm like the queen of lurex now. I don't know when or how that happened, but it did. But this is another beautiful maxi midi style skirt. They're both size large, and I dig them. A couple friends of mine found the kimonos too by that brand, and I was like, oh, so good. They're just gorgeous. They make beautiful clothing. Next up is just a basic Tory Burch purple popover. I think that's what it would be. A little ruffled neckline. Yeah. This is one of those things, I always see people grab the buttons off of them. If you find something that's damaged, if you take the buttons, you can still get some money out of that, which I think is interesting. I have yet to test it out, but I have heard good things. Luckily that one's not damaged though, so I'm not separating the buttons. Okay, next up is two soft surrounding pieces, the same size, just in different colors. But yeah, these are both drawstring, little casual pants. I love finding soft surroundings. I was just watching, I don't know whose Instagram story it was the other day, but it was like a vote what you're gonna stop selling. And they were asking if soft surroundings was on that list. And I was like, no, I'm never gonna stop selling soft surroundings. Well, never say never. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen to that brand, but yeah, I love that style. I believe it's a linen blend too, which is always good. Feels like linen flax. Let's find out real quick. Yeah, linen rayon blend. Gotta love it. Okay, next up is, this is by Eileen Fisher. It's called the Fisher Project. I love finding this style. I don't know what makes it different, if it's like more of like a relaxed casual vibe, and that's why it's called the Fisher Project. But yeah, it's, sorry, I can't show the full thing in the frame, but actually my favorite part is the bottom of it, just because it has this like draped style to it. But yeah, kind of a chambray color tone. I dig it. And then next up is another brand that I'm like, I never want to stop selling this. This is a Sundance embroidered top size large. I love this brand. And isn't it Robert Redford who owns it? I feel like that's just so, like, what? Okay. Is it the same Robert Redford? I don't know. I feel like I should probably research that. I think it is. I mean, good for him making investment pieces, I guess, but yeah. So this is purely based on style that I purchased this one. This is the brand Glamorous, which I don't grab very often. However, sometimes they really do make adorable pieces. Like I found a shaggy knit sweater recently by the same brand that I was just like, yeah, I can't say no to that because the style is what sells me on it. Okay, next up is a pair of John Varvatos jeans, size 30, yeah, just gray stoned wash. I always pick up John Varvatos. There's definitely a market for it. And most of them live in Los Angeles. Okay, and next up is a new to me brand that I'm excited to test out. It is Massimo Alba, I want to say. I looked up comps while I was at the bins, and they look to be around that like $50 to $100 mark, depending on what you got. There were some, it looked like a lot of them were available global shipping, so I can't help but wonder if this is more of like a European brand. But yeah, it's beautiful. It actually kind of reminds me of like Johnny Was with that burnout velvet. It's like a silk rayon blend, but yeah, just a super burnout style. Gorgeous piece though. So I'm hoping to stay around that $50 to $60 price point if I looked at everything correctly. And hopefully that'll be a new Bolo brand for me. Okay, next up is a little Zara pleated number. I like the sleeves on it. It has the little bell sleeves to it. It's super cute. I really like the structure alone on it is what pulled me in. Next up is a little Free People We the Free striped thermal number. Super comfy, cozy, size medium. Easy like 20-30 bucks on that one. Sorry, I just realized I've been running through a lot of these without talking about price points. I definitely need to make sure I get better at that. And then we're down to 2 pieces, so sorry, can't go back in time and list off too many prices. But this is a BA and SH, I think it's, I don't know how you would say it, but I love finding this brand. The comps on these are always super good, like right around that like $80 to $100 price point. This one, I need to look up exact comps on it because it might actually be a little bit more. The detail on it though is just so beautiful. So yeah, I am very excited about this one. And again, Lurex. I love me some Lurex. But yeah, this is just so pretty. So I'm very excited about that one. I think I sold a top from them pretty recently for around like 60 to 70. So yeah, pretty stoked. And then last piece, another one that I'm very excited about, Johnny Was. Can't say no to a Johnny Was. This one does have a teeny tiny flaw. It's missing the center button right here. So definitely does bring down the price point a tiny bit, but even damaged Johnny Was, I will still pick it up and be very thankful for it. Cause yeah, the embroidery on it is just gorgeous. You got the sleeve detail, love it. Even with the damage, I can hopefully still get about that like $50 to $60 price point. So stoked on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I am definitely trying to get a little bit more content out for you guys that is like out and about and showing you guys a little bit more of my daily day-to-day stuff. So side note with the bins, they actually prefer that we don't film there. So I do try and keep it very low-key. If I am filming, I don't want to get anybody on camera that doesn't want to be on camera. Especially considering a lot of those people are my friends. I've been friends with them over the years and I know for a fact that they don't want to be on YouTube. So yeah, I definitely try and keep it, you know, on the download that I'm filming. So I can't get too much exciting content in there. However, I will still try and continue to find ways to bring you guys along for some of my adventures. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.